And VLT pretty much a flawless win in the Grand Finals as well, and that's going to help him secure a spot in the VCC Grand Final playoff.
Velocity Gaming finally achieved what they set out to do, to get into the VCC South Asia playoffs. They couldn't succeed during the India Qualifier 1.
Enigma, they're able to isolate these duels, and right away, fall apart as well this time.
But they made it through Qualifier 2 with flying colors. They won the finals against God Particles, and they've secured themselves a spot alongside Enigma Gaming, Team Exploit, Exili Esports and more. And while God Particles didn't win the finals, they definitely won our hearts with their Cinderella story. We'll start with the underdog story of God Particles. They beat Anime Aimers in the round of 16 and No Gas Esports in the quarterfinals. In the semis, they went up against their toughest enemy so far, Global Esports. Naturally, Global Esports were the higher order team over here, considering they made it to the finals of the first qualifier as well, where they lost to Enigma Gaming. But given the way the semifinals started, Global Esports' chances weren't looking all that great again. God Particles started on ascent on the defensive side and shut down all avenues of entry. They got a dominant 9-3 lead in the first half and defended it well in the second half as well to win 13-10. Several rounds went in their favor because of individual clutch plays, several triple kills and quad kills. But Global Esports brought the series back right in the next map by destroying God Particles on split 13-3. Global Esports shut them down in all sorts of gruesome ways to establish a sizable lead in the first half itself. Bind was the final showdown. God Particles played in a really weird way that made Global Esports uncomfortable. Sometimes pushing out of two areas simultaneously, or sometimes by baiting a teammate whose position has already been compromised. God Particles to mess with their opponents' minds. Global Esports tried wrapping their heads around this weird playstyle, but only managed to send the game into overtime. Some decisions made in the heat of the action paid off.
Lightning Fast is still alive on the side. All eyes on Lightning Fast now. They're able to hold it down.
The roller coaster!
And some resulted in calamity. God Particles pulled off a massive upset win to beat Global Esports and reach the finals.
Yup, it's over! 3 HP in the hands of... oh my god, Rossi falls down, and there we go! God Particles take down the defending champions of VCC 2021!
Velocity Gaming, on the other hand, had a pretty smooth journey. They beat teams like Optimistic Esports, Tryouts, and True Rippers on their way to the finals without dropping a single map. God Particles also tried their best to beat them, but in the end were unsuccessful, not getting even a single map under their belt. God Particles tried to replicate the strategies that they used against Global Esports in this match once again, such as planting deep into sides, closer to the defender side spawn, and holding crossfires in that region of the map. But that strategy worked only once against Velocity. They started on Breeze, Velocity's map pick. God Particles won a few rounds towards the start because of effectively capturing A halls and occasionally baiting audio cues here and there. But once Velocity figured out what they were doing, they stopped them right in their tracks. Split was supposed to be God Particles' strongest map, but Velocity Gaming built a brick wall on their defensive side, not letting God Particles come even close. They knew that God Particles would hold their default and play for pigs, but even that did not bother Velocity at all because they kept on engaging in early game fights regardless of whether it paid off dividends or not. They carried that momentum forward into Haven as well with a great lead of 10-2 in the first half. God Particles tried innovative plant spots in the second half, and several clutches by Ember kept the hope alive. But Velocity smothered it all out in the end, thus winning the second Indian qualifier.
Yeah, it pretty much has to go Super Saiyan right here, but the man in the black LF. And VLT pretty much a flawless win in the Grand Finals as well, and that's going to help him secure a spot in the VCC Grand Final playoffs. And there you go, the celebration pretty much...
Stay tuned for more VCC content.